GJ pulled up. Let me know if you see GJ on your screen. Okay. All right, you guys. So let's get into it. I got a couple of things marked up. I can teach entries tonight in 2 ways. Okay, in 2 ways. Do you want to do the Hakanashi candle way? Okay, y'all know I'm biased. I'm a Hakanashi girl. Or we can do traditional candles. What do y'all want to? I can do both. Let me know. Let me know.
Hakanashi.
I hear Hakanashi. Okay, cool. I already got Hakanashi put up. I'm glad y'all said it because this is really how you maximize your profits. If you know, you know, but we're going to get into it. So let's go over. Felice actually called out a trade and it had a huge trend and it was right up in here. Like, y'all see how, I'm gonna just make this full screen. Do y'all see how this just went straight down? Like, do y'all see the just like not like, where's the pullbacks? You know what I mean? Like, we see a few green candles, but this is just straight momentum. Y'all can see that, right? So with that being said, okay, perfect. So with that being said, right, these are the type of trades that we're looking to catch, right? Like, I'm a trend trader. All of us that are looking to be profitable, we're looking for these big trends, right? Every single day, something is trending, and that's how we make money every single day. So with that being said, let's talk about entries. You can take entries a couple ways. You're going to see really nice trends like this after periods of consolidation, okay? So if you're taking notes, this is where I think your notes can start, right? After periods of consolidation, so that would be this, right? What I have boxed here. This is, we're going to call it, AKA a sideways market, okay? If I can put a box around price, and price is pretty much just going down, coming up, going down, coming up, but I can put a box around price, right? I can't box this whole downtrend, right? So I can put a nice box around it. That's how you know you have consolidation, okay? So when you spot consolidation, and we're gonna do a couple examples of this, as you guys can see, here's another example of consolidation, right? I'm always, for my entries in particular, Somaya is looking for consolidation, right? As one of my signals for an entry. So far, so good. Okay. Consolidation, anticipate a trend to come after consolidation. Why do we have consolidation in the first place? Because a trend just happened or a trend is about to start. I just put this in my caption tonight too. One trader's entry is another trader's exit, right? Some people, most people obviously, right? After the trend, we're done. We're getting out of the trade, right? That's letting us know there's going to be a period, 9 times out of 10, of consolidation after that trend. And then the next trend, right? The next move is setting up. Okay. This is when you see consolidation, we don't want to trade it, but get excited when you see it because you know big money is coming. Especially the longer the market has been consolidating too, I have found the bigger the trend after that happens. All right.
So nigga, look, I'm trying to do something, man.
I don't give a fuck. You don't tell me. Anybody, I can say what I want
to say. Okay. So with that being said, any questions? It's probably best to interrupt me and come off mute, but I think everybody's mute right now, okay? If you want to come off and stop me, that's fine, because I'm not going to always catch it in the chat, but I'm going to be checking periodically, all right? So one signal, consolidation. Second signal, signs of rejection, you guys. Most of my entries, okay? Most of my entries, like 99.9% of my entries come from rejection areas. So right up in here, like I'm gonna be circling areas of rejection, okay? Rejection, okay? All of this right here, even these candles, rejection. Samaya, why is that rejection? Because price is getting to all of these areas, right? And it's not pushing past it with any type of strength, okay? Rejection here, right? this whole area, consolidation. Okay, stop me, you guys, at any point. I really wanted to answer any questions, but I'm going to assume no questions or anything like that. Means this is making sense. Okay, so y'all know in my strategy, okay, I also teach where do you mark your levels, right? How do you really get close to the market and start to build out all your confluences? So right now, our confluences, aka our confirmations to enter, consolidation is a big one. Rejection is an even bigger one. But then also, what if I am getting rejection at a key level in the market, right? Chef's kiss, even sweeter. So what does that look like? Y'all know I love my 50 levels, okay? Y'all want to see Hakanashi candles, here it is. Hakanashi candles and your 50 levels is pretty much where you're always going to see rejection. I'm gonna repeat that. Hakanashi candles and your 50 levels is where you're going to see rejection. How does Somaya trade Monday through Friday? 50 levels, Hakanashi candles, and rejection. That's how I get these sniper entries. So sniper entry right here. Okay, I'm gonna mark the 50 level in just 1 second. This is your best entry. Why is that your best entry? Well, because when I zoom out, that is the start of this downtrend, right? All these red candles, all this downward momentum, it all started right up in here, okay? What else is happening at this point, at the start of this trend? What else is happening? Consolidation, okay? I'm getting consolidation, I'm getting rejection. Now, let's see if this is rejecting off of a 50 level. If you guys are new to my 50 levels method of marking up key levels, this is how I do it. I take a horizontal line. I circle rejection first. All of this rejection, okay? I circle rejection first. Then what you'll notice is right over here, if you guys can see this black box, I can't point to it because the mouse, but that moving black box in the far right, it's like the whole column of numbers, that's price, okay? So where that black box is, all right, if I double click this line, what I do, I make sure these last two numbers are 50. That's how I determine a 50 level. I don't want to lose anybody here with 50 levels, okay? So stop me at any time. Where price is, right? So for example, I'll mark this as my 50 level. But do you guys see this 250? Can you guys see my cursor? 161.250. That's a 50 level. 1.61, right? 161.150, 50 level, right? 0, 50, 50 level. So those are the levels that I care most about. You guys can see here, I have an 850 marked up. You guys can see on this one, I have a 450 marked up, okay? I'm gonna take some of these lines off that were already here because I marked my charts, not heavily, but I teach a lot, so they're always kind of messy, even if I try to keep them simple. But that's my 50 level right here, all right? Maybe I'll even make it black so you guys can see, okay? This black line here is my 50 level. Now, let me make it pretty thick. What do you guys like? Do you like blue? Maybe blue. All right. So I'm getting rejection in this area. I got a period of consolidation. I got my Hakanashi candles. I see this shift in momentum. Okay. If you guys have, or if you were on the last session, or if you saw the recording, or if you are in the course, all of your confluences right up in here, like you can even take your entry off of it, price being under your moving average, which is this flowing blue line here, right? That's your moving average. So I have prices rejecting off of my 50 level. I got consolidation. I got price under my moving average, right? All signs point to it's time to enter, okay? Another confluence, you guys, I'm all about just give it to me straight. If it's checking all my boxes, I'm entering, I'm taking it to the next pivot level, I make my money, it's done, right? So another confluence down here at the bottom of my screen, I have my Hakanashi RSI. Y'all want a Hakanashi? This is a full Hakanashi breakdown. I have my Hakanashi RSI. So if you guys don't know what I'm referring to, right down here at this area on my screen, okay? What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make it full screen for a second. What I have here is price got close to one of my sell areas, which is this red line here, okay? And I'm seeing the shift in momentum happen. So price is going up, green candles. Then I see red candles, full body, strong, juicy cherry red candles pop up. That's letting me know this buying trend is done. You guys can even see consolidation on your Hakanashi RSI, right? This is uptrend. This was consolidation. This, right up in there, right, was my best entry. Okay, right there. And then all of this was when my best entry, because that's when the trend starts. And the rest of it is time to make money. Okay, I'm going to take a quick pause to look in the chat. Drop something in the chat if that makes sense. Should rejection hit near a 50 level for a confirmation? Yes. Yes. I'll go over 50 levels again. Also, one of the biggest, okay, let me scroll up. Sorry. Okay, I'm following. Okay. Also, one of the best times is 12. That's another thing I realized. So on this chart, it's to the upside, then the next day is straight to the downside. Right. So we're going to talk about time, right? Because that's another confluence too. Another confluence in the sense that I'm not going to trade GJ randomly at any given point during the day, right? It's going to move at very specific times. And that's going to be your Asian session, because it's a mix of an Asian pair, right? The JPY, the Japanese yen. So it's going to move during Asian session, or it's going to move during London, right? Because GBP, the Great British Pound, is going to move during London session. If it's not those two sessions, I'm not pulling up the chart, because it's probably not moving, and I want to be disciplined. I want to have a rinse and repeat process. I want to do the same thing every single day and make my money, okay? Does this make sense? So we have uptrend, consolidation, best time to entry. This is sniper of the sniper entry, and then the trend starts, right? Then all of this here too, you guys can see is another period, consolidation. Price goes up, it does what it does, the market fluctuates, right? Then I would even say this is pretty much a stagnant market too. It's like not moving too crazy. But then for the most part, we see that trend take place. All right, let me look in the chat. Someone said something else. This makes sense, practicing this next. Chef's kiss Felice, let me know how it works. So when we take all of it, I'm gonna come back to 50 levels one more time. But when we take all of it and put it together, let's go through the checklist. What are my confirmations? First of all, what time is it? What session is it? And what am I trading, right? Am I trading, is what I want to trade going to move during this session? That's the first thing. What time is it? Second thing, Hakanashi candles. Third, am I seeing consolidation? Has consolidation just happened recently? Okay. If this was, what time was this? Okay. Asian session, right? This is 2 p.m. Pacific time, 5 p.m. Eastern, right here. Right. Let me mark it. I want you guys to see this. Right. This vertical line straight down the middle of your screen. Okay. That's the candle that I'm marking up, because that's this true beginning of the shift in momentum from uptrend, consolidation to downtrend, right? Uptrend, if you want to call it that, uptrend or upward momentum of an upward push, consolidation, and then the trend, the true trend happened, okay? So this is moving during the time that it should, right? This is Asian session. It's a yin pair. Okay. What time is it? Big consolidation just happened. Hakanashi, right? I mentioned that. And then am I seeing rejection at a level that I can mark as a 50 level? I'll repeat that. Am I seeing rejection, right? These wicks, small candles, it's not breaking above a certain area. Am I seeing rejection at what I can mark up as a 50 level? Hint, hint, right? This is a gem. You can mark a 50 level anywhere in your chart. So what separates marking a random 50 level and a very specific helpful key level for your entry is, can I mark a 50 level at rejection areas? Okay. This blue line here is a 50 level, but it's a significant 50 level because I'm seeing rejection at this level. Does that make sense? All right. So with that being said, another confirmation for entry. Is price starting to float below or above my moving average? This is a 7 smooth moving average. Okay. This here, this is 7 smooth moving average. That's what I use. And I like it a lot with Hakanashi candles. If price is floating below my moving average, all signs point to sell. With all of these other confirmations, right? Because you're going to see a lot of instances where price is above, price is below, but that's it's price and your moving average are just kind of flatlining like this, right? The moving average is kind of just going straight through your candles, right? That's consolidation. But if price is floating above or below your moving average, now we got a trend. Okay. So with that being said, those are all your confirmations. Plus I think the last one there that I forgot to mention was your Hakanashi RSI. If what is reflecting clearly to you on your main chart and your Hakanashi RSI, you're golden. You are golden for entry. Let me look into the chat, see if there's anything. Okay, the last message is from Felice. So this is making sense. So let's look at some more examples. Okay, let's actually stick with this trend, right? Okay, so you're in it. Say you didn't get this entry, right? Say for whatever happens, I don't know, you were making dinner, lunch, whatever, and then you missed this best entry. Can you still enter? Yes. If you see the following, if you see that price is having a pullback, you can enter on that pullback. If you didn't get this entry, it's not too late, right? What you're going to want to do at that point is practice patience pays. Okay? 1 second, guys. Okay, you guys can hear me? You're going to practice patience pays. If you are looking at this and you're like, dang, it already made its move, right? It made a move, but in this particular case, this is a great example, it made a lot of great moves, okay? So you can still hop in. What you're gonna be looking for are moments like this, right? You guys see this pullback? Let's back up. What is a pullback? A pullback is when price is coming down. Oh, this is left shoulder. Hold on, you guys. Wrong tool. I'm looking for this. Price is coming down, right? And it has consecutive momentum, right? All green candles are all red candles, okay? Red candles, downtrend, green candles, uptrend, right? But then you start to see some green. It's not to say exactly that the trend is over or now it's going to do a full reversal. The market doesn't exactly move like that, right? The market comes down, then it pulls back a little, gains more momentum, pushes even further down, pulls back up a little bit, gains even more momentum, pushes even further down, right? So what you're seeing here, price is making its move down, it's pulling back, and it's pushing even further down. It's pulling back up and then pushing even further down, right? That's how the market moves. The market will never just go straight down, even though it looks like it in this case. It looks like it just went to the depths of hell, okay? Not exactly, right? Even on Heikin-Ashi candles and Heikin-Ashi charts, you'll clearly see pullbacks, which is why I love Heikin-Ashi candles, because I'm all about simplicity. I don't want to get faked out and see a little bit of green, a little bit of red, and and I don't know which way to go. It's very clear. It's consecutive green. You see the pullback, it pushes down. You see the pullback, it pushes down. You see the pullback, right? This is consolidation. But what did I say about consolidation? Someone drop it in the chat. This here is consolidation. Do we fear consolidation? No, we get excited when we see consolidation. Why? Because we know once it breaks outside of this box, listen, let me show you something good. Once it breaks outside this box, it's going to either break to the upside, okay, or it's going to break to the downside. It broke to the downside, right? That's why I love consolidation, because I can just put a box around it and trade in whichever direction that it breaks out of, right? Trading the breakout, okay? You can use that as a part of your strategy. You could trade consolidation breakouts. Very valid strategy, right? In this case, I would literally, if I was trading this in real time, I would put a box around price. I would set an alert. I would say, trading view, I gotta do something. But once price breaks above this level here, right, and I can identify based off of price to the far right, right, I can identify where that block box is. It says 160.064, okay? I can set that as an alert in my trading view and say, trading view, if it breaks above this level, let me know, and then I'm gonna come back to my chart. I'm gonna stop whatever I'm doing, and I'm gonna come back to the chart real quick, okay? Or I can set it, and I can do not or, and I can set an alert and say trading view. Also, oops, sorry, y'all. Also, if it breaks any lower than, you know, this area, right, under the box, right? If it breaks below this area, and I'll put the specific price in, let me show you how to make an alert. I feel like that'll just be the easiest way. Let's make an alert together real quick. Like we were doing this together in real time, because I don't think you guys have seen this. What am I looking for? We can do this. Horizontal. Okay. Set an alert. So what I did, right? I'm putting a line. I don't want you guys to get confused with 50 levels. So let's change this color to purple, orange. Okay. So this orange line, right? Because alerts do show up as orange on TradingView. So I'm gonna set this an upper level, an upper like limit, if you will. I'm gonna set a lower limit, right? Where my box for consolidation is. I'm gonna right click on that line. Sorry, y'all, chart is moving. I'm gonna right click, and the first thing it's gonna say, it says add an alert on this horizontal line. TradingView, yes, please. Okay, gonna add my alert. This is what you're gonna see. It's gonna give you the pair crossing. That's what I want. I want it when it's crossing this horizontal line. Let me know. Okay, I don't want alerts once per minute. That's too often. I don't want alerts once, you know, per bar. It's too often. This is a 15-minute time frame. I don't want my phone going off that much. Just let me know. Only once it crosses. I love TradingView. It's so like explicit in its language. It's so simple. Only once it crosses. Okay, you guys see that? This line, holla at me. Put a notification on my phone. You can call this whatever. You can call it buy now. Because if it breaks above that line, I want to buy. All right. Then what you're going to see is that little alarm clock is going to show up, letting me know that my alert has been set. This is all helping you guys with entries, okay? helping you identify and not miss your best entries. So far, so good. I'm going to set another alert because I want to be prepared for any and everything. Okay. I'm going to call this one sell now. Sometimes I put a red heart for sale. Sometimes I put a blue heart. You call it whatever. You say it's time to make that money. You call it whatever, right? Name your alerts, so it's fun. And then again, only once it crosses below, right, this line, my horizontal line, let me know. I'm going to hit create. And now I'm prepared for whatever. It's literally telling the market, you want to take it up or you want to take it down? I'm riding with you. I'm riding your wave, right? You call the shots. So we get the alert. We're going to role play. We get the alert from TradingView. Okay. And it says sell now or whatever you called your alert. And then I'm going to pull up my chart and I'm going to see this breakout. I'm going to see this candle breakout from that line, right? I'm going to zoom in. You guys see how this red candle broke and closed below the lower level of my consolidation box. You guys see that? I know it's go time. I know it's go time at that point. I'm going to look briefly for all of my other confluences, right? But a couple of things, just looking at it, right? It's floating below my blue moving average. I'm getting a strong momentum candle that broke and closed below my consolidation box. Okay. And, excuse me, you guys, and I'm seeing this same momentum, right, reflecting on my Heikin-Ashi RSI. 3 out of the 4 or 5 confirmations that there are, I'm entering. A like perfect trade is if you can check all 5 of your boxes that we just named, right? Honestly, for Samaya, everybody's a little bit different. I'm getting in if I see 3 out of 5, personally. All right. Another one. This can be, number 4 off of your trading checklist. Where is my 50 level? Okay, I'm gonna make it blue, try to keep this a little bit consistent from what you guys are used to seeing already in this particular session. But my coordinates, I'm gonna get this down exactly to 950. And what are we seeing? What are we seeing at 950? Wicks, rejection, momentum to the downside, right? Everything that I want to see, right? I had already shown you guys down here on your Heikin-Ashi RSI, this box, well, I drew it as a sideways arrow, but I'm going to box it. Let's get rid of the arrow altogether. Okay. Not to be confused with that box, right? So what happened was this box here that I drew at the bottom, Heikin-Ashi RSI, it's coinciding with this consolidation box that I drew on my chart. So I'm seeing consistency between my chart and my Heikin-Ashi RSI. That's another confirmation, right? That's another green light for me to go ahead into MT4 and execute the trade. Okay. And I didn't have to babysit the market. I didn't have to watch all these candles form every 15 minutes. I set my alert. I went to go live my life. My phone lit up and it was TradingView telling me it's time to make some money. Okay. So, boom, entry. Boom, 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 boom. Right up in there. Entry. I press sell. I'm making money, I'm making money, I'm making money. Now, let's talk about exits too, real quick, right? Because this is important. This is why I also love Heikin-Ashi candles, and I'm glad it seems like y'all are loving them too, okay? The thing about Heikin-Ashi candles, they don't allow you to get faked out by the market. So basically like tricked out of your money, right? Because some people, right, people that aren't on this call right now would see this one green candle form and they would say, oh, it's over, it's going in the other direction, I'm about to buy, right? I see green, or I see a buying candle, I see one buying candle, And I'm gonna take it up, right? The downtrend, it did its thing, it's over, it's time to buy. That person would have their stop loss hit. Okay, why? Because they would have got faked out. We can look at what this would look like on a traditional candle. We'll look at that. But I want to stay here for a second, right? This is just giving me one pullback candle. Hakanashi makes it so simple and plain, babe. No, this is, you can pop another entry right here off this pullback and continue to the downside even further, right? But maybe it wouldn't be as clear for you to see that that was a pullback if you were on Hakanashi candles. I don't know. That's just me, okay? So far, so good. Let me look in the chat. I haven't looked in the chat in a little bit. So the first trend that breaks the consolidation isn't the big move. Let me read it one more time. So the first trend that breaks the consolidation isn't the big move. Let me see if that, who asked that? It just says Zoom user. If that was your question, go ahead and come off mute if you can, or rephrase it for me. Are you asking that this first move here, or are you talking perhaps about another entry? I just want to be clear. Assuming price was at the previous rejection, how would we know not to enter the trade under the 7 smooth moving average? Assuming price was at the previous rejection. Okay. Are you talking about, sorry guys, maybe it is best if you guys can come off mute, because I feel like if I can hear you ask the question, maybe I'll answer it to the best of my ability. If price is still rejecting, I think this is what the question. If price is still rejecting your 50 level and it isn't under your smooth moving average just yet, so that I would wait. Like a strong confirmation is if you're seeing your moving average, price is floating under your moving average, okay? After it's already started to reject a 50 level. Like that is an undefeated combo. Hopefully that answers it.
Hey,
Yes.
Maya, this is Steve here.
Hi, Steve.
The question I was asking was, looking to the left, the previous rejection in that 50 area, right?
Yes.
It rejects all the way there, and it starts to come down. I know. So just for a second, assume that the rest of the chart had not happened, right?
Yeah.
And you see that rejection in the 50, and it breaks the 7 SMA. How do you enter below that 7 SMA?
Pretty simply, because what you're looking for is, okay, so you got that part down, right? You're seeing the rejection. The rejection is happening not at a random place in the chart. It's happening at or near my 50 level, right? So you can enter once you see 2 or 3 Hakanashi candles, consecutive momentum candles that are floating beneath your moving average. That's a good enough place to be comfortable with your entry, right? The first candle, so to answer it this way, some people might not take that very first candle, that very first candle that starts to break under their smoothing average. And that's totally fine, right? Because you don't know for 80-90% certainty if it's just doing what it's done before in the past, right? So here, price broke below your moving average, right? But it was actually just starting to consolidate truly. So if you hopped into this sell thinking, okay, I'm seeing rejection, it's, now it's pushing off under, right? It's pushing off my moving average under my 50 level, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and sell. You wouldn't have lost money per se, right? Depending on what your stop loss was, sitting through all this consolidation, but you would have had to sit through this consolidation, right? That's the point. So This is a 15-minute, chart. So this is probably like a few hours before the actual move happened. So what you could do is take all of your confluences together. Sometimes you will get trapped in consolidation and that just happens. But for this particular entry, we were looking at taking it off of your moving average after an extended period of consolidation. It's you're seeing rejection, right? But then also I have these full body candles with like, they're huge too. Like these are like big candles, right? The bigger the candle, the stronger the momentum. Okay. The way Hakanashi candles work, and Steve, this might really hopefully unlock the key for you with Hakanashi candles, is that when you don't see, I'm going to get rid of this consolidation box for a second and this rejection. You're going to see candles that look like this, Steve, right? It's going to be like this small body, and you have an upper wick and a lower wick, right? A wick is just this, what we've been circling as rejection, right? Just like this line, this little tag line above and below the candle, okay? That's your wick. That's if I see an upper and lower wick on a Hakanashi candle, I know the momentum's not strong. The wick is just showing you this is how high price came and how low price came, but buyers and sellers in the market are playing tug of war, right? I'm getting in to ride the wave with whoever is running the market at that point. If it's the buyers or the sellers, the bulls or the bears, right? That's who I'm running with and carrying on with that trend. So Steve, you could take your entry off of this confirmation here. There is an upper wick here, right? There's an upper wick on this candle. There's an upper and lower wick on all of these candles, except for this one. Trying to point to it, this one, okay? You can take your entries off of, I'm going to enter on the candle that does not have an upper wick for a downtrend. For selling candles in Hakanashi, if there's no upper wick on a red candle, that's strong downward pressure for a sell, okay? I'll show you an example for a buying candle. See these buying candles, these green ones? These here don't have lower wicks. It's just straight upward momentum, okay? Strong volatility to the upside, okay? It had strong volatility to get to this 50 level. Then this 50 level was like, don't try me, you're not gonna break past here, right? And then it said, okay, I'll just go to the downside. But what you're seeing here is where momentum actually lies in the market. And that's why I love Hakanashi candles. So to take any confusion out, Steve, you can take your entries off of, I'm not even gonna enter here. I'm not going to here, here, or here, because I see upper and lower wick, and that's not good enough for Steve. Steve is going to wait until he's in your patience paid. There's nothing wrong with waiting, right? This is like the sniper entry of the most confident trader that's like, put me in, coach, right? But patience pays also, and had you gotten in here, you still would have caught this exceptional trend. Does that make sense?
Yes, it is. Like the flat bottom and flat top candles. That example actually makes sense. Yeah.
Flat top, flat bottom. Exactly. Yes, sir. All right. Okay. So we continued on, right? We set our alerts. Okay. If I didn't catch it up here, if I didn't catch this breakout, if I didn't catch this breakout, there were so many opportunities in this trend, and you won't get these many opportunities in a trend if I'm honest, right? So that's why I really wanted to study this one, because this one is like, it's a hell of a trade. All right, so rejection, so pullback here, could have entered there, right? I just, guys, want you to see all of your possible entries. Now this here, right, where these 4 or 5 candles that I'm circling now, I would consider that a small period of the market stalling, right? Consolidation a little bit. But the major takeaway was this rejection. And that's why I put a box around it. See all these wicks? And they're pretty much like even. Like I'll zoom in for you guys. Like all these little details in trading like matter. I don't know, they matter to me. I think they're like pretty fun to look at, right? But like I'm gonna do this so you guys can see. These wicks, they're like all peaking at like the same area. Looking at that, I'm like, that's not random. The market's not just trying to be cute, right? That's happening for a reason. So next, what I'm gonna look for is this happening near a 50 level? So I'm gonna look at price, right? Hint, hint. Okay. Right now it's at 70. The golden number is 50. Sorry, not 42. Boom. Wicking right to that 50 level. It broke a little above it, right? We're not picky. Nothing's in life is perfect, but it's wicking and pushing. It's not breaking above. It's not breaking above this 50 level. It's just not, right? So when I see that and I'm seeing my pullback, oh baby, go time, right? Entry. Enter there, ride the wave, ride the wave. Then we get consolidation. So I'm going to zoom out because I think this is the end of this trend. Actually, no. Kept on pushing, you guys. Kept on pushing. I'm going to extend this a little bit, right? Okay, so all this consolidation, that's why I boxed it off. We set our alerts. You guys know how to set alerts now. If you have any questions about that, let me know, right? But this is a set an alert moment. Then I'm starting to see that break with momentum. So let's zoom in again. Steve asked a great question. Okay. I'm seeing that candle, full body, right? This is a break below, if you ask me. Everyone can look at their candles, you know, a little bit differently. But that break, that's a break below for me. That's a break below for me, right? This is a pullback, right? That's a wick. It's a wick pullback. We're not worried about that. Could have entered there too, right? If you were already in, pop another entry, right, off the wick for my pro traders, right? Then can take it even further down. Pullbacks happen. We already know how the market moves. So it came down and pulled back. Pop another entry, came down, pulled back, right? But for the most part, this was just a trend that just did not give up, you guys. It just did not give up, all right? I would consider this consolidation. This was the trend, came down, pulled back, came down, right? Consolidation happened after this big move, okay? As we'd expect it to. Price is breaking below, right? A level that I marked up here. We have I teach odd flats too, but we're not gonna teach odd flats in this session. If you were in last week's, you know odd flats. You can still mark your 50 level. I'll take it to 550. You guys will see how that's still valid. Okay, 550, probably even more precise in this case. Getting my wick rejection right off the 50. Pullback, okay, if I didn't catch the pullback, that's fine. I can take my entry off the fact that I see candles to the downside, downward, I see flat tops, right? So that's actually the technical way to say it. See a flat top forming below my moving average and it already rejected off my 50. Let's look at what's happening on the Hakanashi RSI, right? It's floating below my midline, which is my black line. You guys know how we mark up our Hakanashi RSI, right? Pushing to the downside. I'm seeing that momentum. You have flat tops and flat bottoms on your Hakanashi RSI too. I'm seeing that flat top right there. Okay, boom. That flat top started to form. Oh, baby, I know we're not done. We're going to push even further, right? And at this point, we hadn't even touched our lowest levels, right? For oversold yet. These blue levels here, right? Hadn't even come down here. When it starts to get way down here and it's oversold, okay, it's going to start buying again, right? We ain't even close. At this candle that I'm pointing to, we're not even close to being what we consider oversold yet, okay? Boom, entry, right? Entry here or entry somewhere in here, one of these candles, one of these 4 candles, okay? Entry, make my money, starts to pull back, cool, not mad at it, it happens. I'd expect it to happen, right? expect pullbacks, consolidation, and the cycle repeats. Okay. I see a question in the chat. The 50 level flat top below 7 alone is crazy. Steve, facts. Word to mom, love it. Facts. Okay. And consider what session that you're trading. We didn't even talk about pivots in this particular session, right? It's already been an hour. I can keep going if y'all want me to. Drop something in the chat if you want to go over pivot. Listen, it gets too easy at a point, all right? It doesn't even, it's like taking candy from a baby, okay? Any questions? This is the hour mark, you guys. I want to be respectful of people's time. If you would like to end here, we can. 10 more minutes for pivots, we can do that too. I'm yours. So go ahead and we'll see what the majority wants to do. Either way, the recording is for members of the Discord or students. But for the recording's sake, if you're not subscribed to the Discord and if you're not an actively enrolled student, I have no problem going over pivots. 10 more minutes. Y'all got till 6:15 with me, right? My time at least, okay? I'm not gonna keep nobody up. So let's go over pivots. Steve, you weren't on last session, but welcome. I'm about to show you pivots. Okay?